everyone, and Happy New Year! Happy 2025. I really hope that you all had a great New Year's Eve and have a great New Year's Day. So I have a really exciting video for today, and I thought that it would be fun to do kind of like a 2024 year in review, just because we are at the start of a new year. And I wanted to go over some of the YouTube stats, some Sims stats, as well as going through some awards that I came up for some of my builds, as well as what they mean. I'll give a quick overview of the build that won and kind of explain why I chose that one to win it. And then I'll close this up with some 2025 community resolutions. So we have a jam-packed video today. So just to get us started here with 2024 in review, I just think it's a really fun way to reflect on the builds, that we worked on and that we did, whether they were on live streams or whether I did offline, but then showed you on my YouTube channel. I just think it's a really fun way to get inspiration and push ourselves to maybe do something different or try to achieve more this upcoming year. For the gallery, I uploaded 21 new builds. Now, some of those are not entire builds that I did from scratch. Some of them were from my swatch switch challenges, as well as like the Furnish It Forward challenge. I didn't start at the beginning of 2024. I started this channel, I think it was back in 2020 during the pandemic, and I started gaming and playing Sims a little bit and streaming and doing all of that. But I stopped in 2021, so I hadn't really touched this channel and uploading or doing anything with it until the beginning of this year for the most part. I think it was back in February when I kind of started gaining traction and getting back into the swing of things and getting into Sims 4 and building and things of that nature. So, we're kind of looking at overall channel history when we're talking about 2024. But I think 21 new builds is pretty great because I was very inconsistent, especially like the first 6 months of this year, and I didn't start getting consistent more so until the second half of the year. So I definitely think that we can go higher for 2025. So I know I'm covering up part of it with the text, but essentially I just wanted to do the Golden Llama Awards. We have a lot of llama lore in The Sims, and it shows up in several packs for different reasons, and we have golden llamas, and I just thought it was kind of a cute way to bring in a little bit of the Sims lore with this, because I love llamas and I love all of the llama stuff that's in The Sims, and also in just other games. I love like the llamas in Fortnite and things of that nature. So I just kind of wanted to bring my own personality and what I love into the awards that I'm doing. So the awards that I'm going to be giving out today are the Tiny Home Hero, the Most Ambitious Build, Dream Vacation Spot, Unexpected Fan Favorite, Game Breaker, Bloom and Beyond, Hidden Gem, Clutter Core, and Renovation of the Year. Now, I know some of you might be thinking of like how I came up with these. So I'm a scientist in my real job, in my career. I'm a research scientist, so I try to eliminate bias as much as I can. I did post on Blue Sky and on YouTube about asking you all for awards that you would like to see me give in this video. I got 0 responses, so I took to ChatGPT. There's a Sims specialist GPT specifically that's very familiar with all of the DLC, the lore in The Sims. And so I told it the idea for the video that I had, and it came up with random awards. I just didn't want to create awards in order to feature my favorite builds, and I have a lot of favorite builds that are not going to be featured in the video today. So don't come at me if you're anti-AI, because I did try to reach out to people to give me ideas, and I did not get any. So I'm just putting that disclaimer out there. So the Tiny Home Hero Award is for the best small or compact build that uses space in a clever way. So I had done a few different tiny homes this year, and so it was kind of nice to have to think through which one I wanted to really use and have get this award. And so for the first award, that's going to go to Serenity Nook. And this home was really fun to do, and I actually had ChatGPT give me a rendering of an image, and it came up with a really weird design in that the bedroom is on a balcony. One of the bedrooms is on a balcony right here, and I did it because that's what it showed in the image, and a lot of you really liked that because it was really quirky and just odd. So I built this one in Evergreen Arbor. It's a 20 by 15 lot. Now, it is really funny because like one award I would have definitely come up with myself was like best kitchen. That one would have been really hard because if you're not familiar with my builds, especially during my live streams, kitchens are my favorite rooms to do in every home. This is the lot in all its glory. I had a lot of fun doing this with the weird platforms for the porch area, and it wraps literally all the way around over to the back, and I had this sunken in part in the backyard for a hangout space. I had a whole like Zen garden area. So the idea for this house was that it was like spa vibes, and I think it came together really well for it to be a tiny home. And so once you come in the front door right here, you actually enter into the dining area, and there's a living space off of that and a little bit of a yoga area separate from that with the waterfall view through the window. And then you have a really cute kitchen over here. I will say that this is one of the only builds I think that I use these kitchen cabinets. So these cabinets are from Parenthood. Cute, cute kitchen. And then upstairs, this house is actually bigger than you would think it would be for the size of it. So we had a whole office space up here, and then we had a bathroom off of that, and then another like full bedroom over here. So very, very large, large, very large. I just love the vibes of it. Very modern. Moving forward, I had most ambitious build, and if you are at all familiar with my channel in the past couple of months, you have to know what build is going to get this because it was my biggest build I've ever done. And so it's supposed to highlight the project that pushed your skills or took the longest to complete. It did a little bit of both, but it definitely took on the longer side, which is why I selected it. The build that won this award was the Forgotten Fortress. So if you're familiar with what I did back in October, I had a 6-story Gothic mansion, and it took me forever, and I did UCC. This is the only build that I UCC in, which is another reason why I wanted this build to get this award, because it kind of pushed me outside of my box, and I got to use a lot of different items and just learn a little bit about how to UCC, and I really enjoyed how it turned out. So this is in Forgotten Hollow on this big lot. I will go ahead and plug right here that I do have videos touring all of these builds on my channel. So, I mean, you can search for them. So if you're interested, I have a live builds tour playlist on my channel. All of these are going to be in that playlist. So you'll be able to find all of these homes if you want a more detailed look. And like, I go through the process in those tour videos about like what I was thinking and why I did what I did, a lot more than what I'm going to do here. But just a quick top-down view. This is the main floor. So you had a big foyer area, living space, dining space, kitchen, one of the back patios, and then you had a library and a dance like ballroom area. And over here is another porch area that goes down to the outdoor kitchen. So nice little outdoor kitchen over here. So as you go up, you get this landing. You have a Crystal Creations room is essentially what that is. You have a bar over here with a grand piano, and then just a lot of seating area. So this was like if I was throwing a party, this is where I'd want my guests to primarily be. So that's why I put a lot of sofas and chairs and the bar and the piano up here in this area. You have a nice laundry room. This was Wednesday's bedroom, so we were pretending that this was for Wednesday. So fun bedroom for her, and then her own bathroom off of that. So nice fancy bathroom, tons of platforms and fun spaces. And then over here is another bathroom, so that was more for like guests to use during parties and such, so that you could have a space to go to. And then I have a nursery off of that for 2 toddlers. And then as you go up this spiral staircase, you get another landing right here. This is more formal kind of family room area. And then off of that's a parlor room. So you have like a seance table and everything like that in here. A lot of paranormal vibes, a lot of crystal balls, things like that. And once you come back over here, if you go off of that primary room, you have a hallway here that goes to the primary bedroom. So lots of art stuff, big bed, big space, TV, fireplace, a balcony that's shared with the like seance room area. Their bathroom is over here. So nice full bathroom, double vanity, all of that good stuff. And then actually I'll go over here real quick. Once you go up here, on the 4th level, you have a little hangout room, kind of like a getaway from the kids or whatever. Private space for like reading or whatever you wanted to do. And then I had a little attic up here, which was really cute. But back to this formal area, you had kind of like an herbal garden area. I was kind of thinking apothecary vibes that we have downstairs. So you want to grow the stuff up here where there's more light and things of that nature. So a balcony there as well. Every floor has a balcony, so you can see on the back right here, and tons of fountains. So, I mean, this build took me forever, and then it has 2 subfloors. So the first subfloor, there's a secret bookcase in the library right here. So you get into like, you have the bubble machine right here, and then a bar. So kind of like speakeasy vibes with all the blood stuff. I was picturing vampires kind of being the primary people who live here, but all the occults live here. We have Realm of Magic stuff as well, and werewolf stuff. But kind of like a dining space area, hangout lounge right here. Another hidden bookcase to get to this apothecary area. the cauldron and all of that fun stuff. And then off of that's a secret bookcase. So this is top secret to get to a jail cell. So we experiment on people was the idea there. And then there's another ladder going down, and this is where all of the vampires go to sleep. So if they have a party or whatever, they can stay over in this hidden kind of subfloor that they can sleep in. So I was kind of thinking right here was like the big entrance with the water fountain area into like a king and queen. So I was like thinking of Vladimus with, you know, his wife or something. These are like theirs, so it's got a little more of a grand entrance. But skulls everywhere. It was a fun vibe. This was a really fun build. So I gotta like get off of it, or I'm never gonna get through these awards. But go check it out. And if you don't have the CC, I do have in the YouTube video a link to a Google Sheet where you can click on the link and just download everything that's in this house. And even if you don't want to do that, I mean, just download the house and replace it with however you want to make it, you know, make it your own. What? This is hilarious. Why did they move? I had them all laid out like in rows, and now they're all like gathered around the cow plant. That's pretty funny. I don't even know what caused that, but that's hilarious. Okay, so moving on, we have the Dream Vacation Spot Award. So this is for the build that makes you feel like you're on a holiday just looking at it. And this one I'm excited to give because it is one of my favorite builds from this year. And the winner for this goes to Casa de Calavera. And I think right when you see this house, it screams vacation destination just because it's like got the beach atmosphere to it. And this is in Tomarang. So it's down here on this 30 by 20 lot. This was Little Simsy's Shark Shell Challenge. So this is the outside of the house. I used a ton of like Jungle Adventure, For Rent, Courtyard, Oasis, and I think those were like and Island Living. Those were the primary packs that I used for this build and focused on a lot. I have to say this is one of my proudest builds of all time, just because I love the aesthetic of it. It's super fun and eclectic. So once you come in the door here, really big living area, tons of space and color, and you have really nice views from every window. So in this house, I made sure every single window was intentionally placed for a really nice view, which is one reason why I really wanted to give this house that award, because it's definitely all about vacation and holiday destination, just to relax and enjoy the view. So I love this kitchen. This is one of my favorite kitchens, just color scheme wise, with the red and this really bright blue and the yellow. I think it works really well together, and these are from different packs. So you have this from Dream Home Decorator, and then you have this from Island Living, and then you have these shelves from Home Chef Hustle. So it was like a nice combination of different things. And then the appliances are from Jungle Adventure. You can like combine these packs pretty well. I really love how the upper cabinets, because we don't get upper cabinets for the Island Living, I love how the upper cabinets from Dream Home Decorator look like the same style. So that was a really good hack I learned earlier in the year. This was one of my first builds actually this year that I posted. But just to keep the pace going, we do have a dining space over here, really fun hall space with a bathroom, a bedroom for a kiddo over here. And then upstairs, we have the landing right here. And the first door is to the primary bedroom, so a huge primary bedroom, fun little seating area. They have a private balcony off the side here that kind of wraps around, and so it's kind of a nice vibe. This is one of my favorite bathrooms also of all time. Like, I love the way this came together with the platforms, and look at the views. Would you love to have a tub with a view like this? Just sitting in the tub, and you could literally just look out at that. I mean, nothing gets better than that. But I really liked the vibe of this bathroom. Really fun color choices in this entire house. Like, I had so much fun putting this together. Another bathroom over here, very big, full bathroom, has a bathtub and a shower as well. And then you have another bedroom off of that at the end of the hall on this end right here. And I mean, just the outside is just stunning to me. Like, I loved putting this courtyard together, a fun little tiki bar area, kitchen, like a full outdoor kitchen pretty much. So super fun vibes, a little bonfire area for nighttime. So it's just got really fun vibes to it all around. And this is still to this day one of my like proudest builds in so many ways. So next we have the unexpected fan favorite. So this was to give love to a build that got more attention than I expected. And so this is gonna go to Terra Verde. And if you're familiar with this, and when I posted it, it's a modern minimalist build. If you couldn't tell already, I'm very much a maximalist when I build in The Sims. And so this build took me so long. ironically, because I had to put less in it and it made it a lot harder for me. But it's a very plain build, relatively speaking. And so, what I looked at to weigh in giving this award was more so the gallery downloads. And so, it seemed like a lot of people were interested in this build, wanted to look in it, play in it. And I don't know. It was kind of shocking to me that it got the attention that it did. And people also on live stream like were complimenting it and everything, because I did do a live stream where I was working on it and they loved it. So this build is in Willow Creek on this lot, 30 by 20. So this is the outside of the build. As you can tell, very minimalistic, which was the idea. Very modern. So a very different style from what I'm used to doing, which I think is why I was so shocked that it took off as much as it did. But you come into the kitchen right here, huge kitchen, huge kitchen. So the color scheme here was like a lot of earthy tones. So we have like this kind of faint green, grayish green color with a lot of wood tones. That was the main theme of this house. So off of the kitchen, we have like a nectar room, and you can actually see through the staircase here. I'll place these lights at the ends of the steps as well to make it seem more modern. And we have this kind of cool platform idea with the staircase wrapping around. But the living dining space is over here. I wrapped the sofa around to also serve as part of the dining. And I think that turned out really well. And I really like the space a lot. It's really pretty. I'm just not used to things being so bland, or like just, it doesn't look lived in, which is what bothers me with minimalism in a way. But we have a bathroom over here, a half bath. Once you go upstairs, you have a big landing, big hallway. And we have some books, we have plants, we have a little reading corner if you wanted to read there. The probably most fun spot of the house was this room shared by two teenagers. So just the bare basics of what they need in their room, with like wardrobes, beds. I put nightstands with lamps. They have a desk and then a cozy little like reading area over here. And so the windows are from the front of the house. They have a full bathroom off of that. And then I put a nursery in here as well. So very simple, still sticking with the green tones. And then at the end of the hall is the primary bedroom, which has a desk space, so a little bit of an office space there, and then a full bath off of that. So very nice vibes. I do think it's pretty. I guess I was shocked at how people loved it as much as they did, because it's not as detailed in my opinion. But you do have the secret entrance to get to that front balcony with the door on the side right here. So that's for the primary bedroom as well. So next on the docket is what I'm calling the Game Breaker Award. This one we might not be able to look at because of the name. So for a project that lagged or caused technical headaches but looked amazing. This was from Lil Simsy's Llama shell challenge. So I actually duplicated her shell and made it a 2-story house. The issue with this house, which I'll show y'all, it is the Llama Love Haven house, is that these rocks over here that you see, I placed individually, and it wraps around an entire embankment. So I literally placed, it's well over 1,000 rocks just for the vibes, just because it looked pretty. And so that alone, I had to redo 4 or 5 times because the game would crash as I was doing it. So I was literally having to save every like minute just to make sure I didn't lose progress. Okay, so the Troublemaker home, as I like to call it, is located in Glimmerbrook on this 40 by 30 lot. Oh, it loaded. It loaded in. It is a miracle. So this is what I was talking about. Like, so many individual rocks. You think that's a lot? Look at this. It goes all the way around. Like, wait, there's more. It goes all the way around. And wait, it even goes further in right there. So tons of rocks went into this home. Tons of rocks. So that's the primary reason why it's the Game Breaker, because it literally, it was such an issue and a headache. I got so frustrated with this house because of it breaking whenever I was doing that. Just a quick overview. This is one of my favorite homes in a lot of different ways. But I did like a custom fireplace right here. So in live mode, you'll see flames in that area, but it's like a see-through double-sided fireplace. You have a big grand piano, living space. I did a lot of fun colors in this home as well. But you have a full bathroom downstairs. You have a really funky, kind of cool kitchen. I think this is cool with the island over here. And then you have a little bit of a like eating nook by the staircase that goes to the basement. Then you have a book nook over here, and then a dining space. So a lot of fun colors and vibes going on here. And then The back space over here is with a grill eating area, a little bit of a bonfire spot. So the storyline with this is that it's a single mom with two daughters. They had a father that passed away recently, and all of his stuff was in this area. So he had like gym equipment, his lounge chair, TV, all of that fun stuff in this space. And they finally decided to convert it to a space that brought them happiness, because it brought them a lot of sadness whenever because they live upstairs, they'd see it daily. And so they decided to do something fun with it. So that's kind of like the storyline with this. But you have one of the daughter's bedrooms over here, cool, fun space, and then another one over here. I loved putting this house together. And then you have a full bathroom over here. So I did some really fun stuff with platforms in this home as well, with the bathroom spaces and things. And then the primary bedroom was over here. So primary bedroom, she had her own bathroom right here, really pretty, fun vibes, a huge, like private balcony for her. So huge pro to that. But it does attach over here to the movie hangout space that I did. So you could walk around. So it's accessible to everyone, but it's very accessible to her. So off of that, you have over here a back door area that you can go to, like a pond. And so that was a really fun vibe that I enjoyed with this shell as well. And then going back downstairs, you do have like a little bit of a reading nook tucked under the staircase here. But then in the basement is where you find all of Dad's old stuff and things. So they kept them, they just put them all downstairs. So he had his workout equipment upstairs and his chair and lounging stuff and lots of nectar. He was in the nectar business. So they still have some like leftover nectar of sorts. And yeah, just kind of nice storage area over there. But really pretty house. I loved putting this house together. I love putting all my houses together. So next is the Bloom and Beyond Award. So the award honors breathtaking outdoor spaces, blending creativity, harmony, and stunning landscaping into beautiful, functional sanctuaries. So essentially, it's just landscaping, a landscaping award, a fancy way of saying that. And so this one goes to what was my first build actually getting back into playing The Sims this year, if I remember correctly. And that is the Whispering Tells cottage. So I really love the design of this, and the outdoor space took me forever to do. I was thinking of a writer living here, which is why I called it Whispering Tells cottage, because she likes to travel a lot. So she's a writer who travels a lot. She has a lot of knickknacks and things of that nature. But I built it way up here on this lot, and I actually built specifically a sim, Lila Noteworthy, was made for this house. So it's the Noteworthy family, 30 by 20 lot. And honestly, this was really hard because I think a lot of my homes have beautiful landscaping, but this was more than just about landscaping. It was generally, like the description said, about the entire outdoor space. And I thought it worked really well with the storyline. And we just have really, really cute cottagey vibes for like things like this, you know? Like we have so many cute cottage vibe landscaping objects and things that we can use. So I love the wisteria all over the build, the vines, like that contributed to it a lot. I put these vines and stuff everywhere, tons of flowers. I put a water feature up under the house on this side with the cute little wheel. And I put wisteria even on the outer fence all around the lot. So that took some time to do. I have a little shark pond over here. But I put like this debug building that we get and put that over here and actually put a ton of vines and plants all over that with the tractor. It was just like a lot of clutter on the outside of the house that made it come alive with all of the landscaping and flowers and mushrooms, the whimsical aspects of it. It just, I love the outside of this house. It is just so pretty. I was very thoughtful with it, and I thought it deserved the award out of all of the other homes that I've done. Now, if you're curious to get a pan-down overview of this, very small on the inside, relatively speaking, based on all the other houses we've kind of looked at other than the tiny home. But a little kitchen over here, cute little dining nook, living space. You have your staircase going up. You have a landing here with some books, lots of little clutter and knickknacks. So she's going to read a lot. She's a writer, so she likes to read. A bathroom off of that, so really fun, like funky vibes in a way for a cottage in this room. And then her bedroom, so I incorporated like a lot of fun colors, the suitcases, the snow globes with the little knickknacks that she gets on her travels, and really cluttered her desk up over here. So overall, really, really fun house, cute build, love it. Next is the Hidden Gem Award. So this is a build you know is amazing, but flew under the radar. So essentially, it's a build that I thought people were gonna go nuts over and really love that got very little attention and love from people. This award goes to my Pumpkin Patch Retreat, which is my pumpkin-shaped home that I worked really hard on. That I was like, oh, people are gonna love this or think it's so cool. Nope, it barely got any downloads. It barely got any attention. Even on YouTube, it barely got views. I don't know what it was overall, but people were just not interested in a whimsical pumpkin shaped house like I thought they would be. And it was even during the season. So that was a little bit of a flop. So I built this in Mount Komorebi, and that's because it was very much Snowy Escaped influence. I wanted it to be like Asian influenced for the build style of it. So this is the build from the outside. It looks a little weird here just because I put those windows on a curved wall, so you have to like actually be on that floor for them to render. But this is the outside, just quick overview. That's basically it. This side is just a lot of like bushes and shrubbery because I had furniture sticking out of the walls and I needed to cover it up. So like the intention here was to make it look like a pumpkin face with the eyes. With the eyes and nose, like I don't know. That was kind of like the thought process with that. But as you enter here, you have a nice big living space that's attached to your dining area and a big kitchen. So I had a lot of fun with this kitchen. It's a bit funky and it has a pumpkin shaped island in it. So I had a lot of fun with that as well. It took a lot of alt placement with that. But you have a little seance area over here off of the living space. And then you have a long hallway with one of the kids' bedrooms right here. I love this bedroom. I think this was my favorite room in the whole house to put together. Just a lot of fun colors. This wallpaper is just one of my favorites overall with the ghost. It's so cute. Then we had a little like toddler bedroom over here off of that. So little bitty bedroom, but for a little child, so not too bad, but it actually has a pretty good bit of stuff in it, honestly. And then at the end of the hall, here you have like your primary bathroom. So huge bathroom. I did the built-in Lovestruck doors that you can have with the shower, and all of that's on a platform there. And then your toilet is separate, so that is common in Asian culture especially, to have the toilet in a separate room. So I put that over here in this rounded part with a little toddler potty as well. So really fun area. And then the primary bedroom is off of that. And you have a little platform over here with like a reading area, hangout space. And then off of that, you actually still get your own full bathroom as well for the primary bedroom. So cute little cluttered space over here with some of the pipes and industrial vibes going into it. It took me forever just to get the shell. The shell is what took the longest with this build and working with that because I wanted it to look like a pumpkin on the vine. And so a lot of, care went into making the plants right here look the way that they did. But yeah, this was one that flopped. Did not get a lot of attention, and I really enjoyed putting it together, so I was kind of sad. Next is the Clutter Core Award. So this is perfect for a clutter-heavy aesthetic that still feels stylish and intentional. So essentially just a build that I incorporated a ton of clutter in for the most part. Like what took the longest to clutter up out of all of these homes that I've done? And the award for that actually might shock you. It's the Enchanted Howl. I'm starting to realize that a lot of my builds from October got these awards because these are all like my Halloween builds. So this was an occult build that I did. So this build is right here next to the Llama one in Glimmerbrook. So it's a 30 by 20 lot. I really like this build because it comes with a tree house. And so that alone also took a lot of clutter to do in the tree house. So this is the house. Tons of plants kind of hanging everywhere. I just wanted it to fit that vibe. It was like very, I don't know, it seemed occulty to me to have overgrown plants and vines and stuff on the house, and it just looked very magical at the same time. But you have a little tree house over here that I cluttered up a ton. So it's a fun hangout space for kids to come up and spend the night if they wanted to, or if they have friends over. It even comes with a full bath over here. You have the shower on the wall with the toilet in the corner back there. You have to kind of walk through some leaves. Made it very realistic in a tree house. Really fun vibe, cute vibes over here. Lots of fun activities, treats, and things off of that. So we'll start with the top down. So on the top floor, you have a landing off the staircase here. Full bathroom that the kids use. This is a little bit of another toddler bedroom. I like doing toddler bedrooms, is what I'm starting to see now. This isn't a teen bedroom, so you have a lot of clutter everywhere in this bedroom as well. It's a little bit on the messy side, which was what I was wanting, is a messy sim. The master bedroom is kind of laid out in a weird, funky way, but you have like your get ready area over here with the mirror and your dresser and things of that nature, some jewelry. And then over here is more like your desk space to work or do whatever. And then you have your bed space over here. So I definitely had a lot of fun cluttering up this floor. You have the primary bathroom off of that, and it has a lot of plant vibes inside of it as well. So that's the top floor. You do have a balcony as well off of this area over here. So really fun space, really fun space. And I even like put a lot of details in the clutter. In the clutter of the flower arranging table. So I put these little flowers all over the place, sprinkled on the floor and everything. When you go down, so your main entrance is right here. You have a little bit of a foyer area off of that, and then you have a desk nook, you have a hidden bookcase door, and then you have your dining space over here, kind of in a diagonal. And then this kitchen was so much fun to clutter up and do. I wanted the cauldron in here, but it just wasn't working. It wasn't fitting very well. So then I was like, well, let's do a circular kind of, peninsula thing that's going on. So that was the idea with that. I've never done a layout with the cabinetry where the cabinets kind of go out in the middle and then have an attached peninsula like that to it. So it's kind of weird that it splits up the room in two sides, but I think it's really cool. So you have like your drinks and stuff over here, like a little bar area. And then you have like your tea and crumpets or whatever you want with your tea over here. I put like one of the dessert loaves over there with that. But I put all sorts of plants and herbs all in this thing with tons of clutter items as well. I do want to show off of the kitchen over here. You do have like a hangout space on the front porch. So lots of lounging furniture and things of that nature with tons of plants scattered around the front right here as well. So on the other side of the main floor, you come over here, you have your living space. This shadow thing, it shows up sometimes and sometimes it goes away. I don't know why. The game just decides it sometimes to leave it there, but when you scale up items or scale them down, it does some weird stuff. So just ignore that. But a lot of vampire went into this room. So the idea was vampires in the living room. We had werewolves for dining and then Realm of Magic for the kitchen. But you have a half bath over here off of the living space and then a little nook to work over off of the living room as well. So really fun vibes. What really made me want to give the Clutter Core award was the basement. So when you go through here, you'll see that there's a little opening right there. And once you go down to the basement, this basement took me forever. And I mean forever. There are so many little bitty items all over the place in this basement. I cluttered it up. So you have like a little workspace over here with tons of like crystals and items, candles. You have a little seance area. Over here, Realm of Magic. So it's kind of like a lab is what I was thinking. So you have like all your specimens, some animals and stuff all around, cow plant. I even put the x-ray machine in over here. So it's like a lab is the vibe, generally speaking, that we're going for. And then over here, we have just a lot of books and clutter. Off of that space, you have platforms going up to a little bar area. So I wanted like a speakeasy vibe with this. So tons of bottles and stuff all over the place in this building. I'm actually noticing that some stuff has disappeared since the last time I was on this lot. But anyways, this area, like, look at all of this. All of these little bitty items cluttered all over this table. This table alone took so much time and effort to clutter up. Like, I cannot iterate how much time went into this. So it was a no-brainer with that award, with what got the Clutter Core award. This house, super cluttered. Super cluttered. Okay, and our last award is the Renovation of the Year. So this is to honor the glow up of an old EA lot or one of my past builds. So for this one, I did an old EA lot renovation, and this is still one of my favorite builds to this day as well. And that goes to Eclectic Oasis. So this is in San Sequoia, and I even showed like the before and after. And so when I do renovations in The Sims, I like to be really intentional that it's a renovation, not a start over. So I like to keep certain elements and aspects of the original build into the new one, whether it be floor plan or the same materials. I don't want it to just be a complete overhaul, because then at that point it's just a new build. So yeah, you can say it's a renovation, but it's really just you redid everything. So I like to be intentional with my renovations a bit more. And there's nothing wrong if you do completely redo everything. I'm just being very literal when I say renovation, that I'm not just tearing it down and rebuilding something new. So you can't really see it because my head's in front of it, but it's in the upper right hand 30 by 20 lot in San Sequoia. So here's the renovated lot in all its glory. I really love the landscaping on this one as well. Honestly, I love landscaping on every lot I do, except for the modern minimalist lot and my base game starter home that I did. Those are about the only two that come to mind where it's like, oh yeah, I don't really like the landscaping on those. But have a little pond up here, tons of flowers everywhere, a little sculpture garden off the side right here. Just doing a quick pan around. So this was a massive overhaul, but again, I stuck with the same like materials, wallpapers, woods, everything outside. I kind of just changed the roof lines, so the shape of the house is almost identical to the original house. It's just I put different roof pieces on to give it an entirely different look. I love this outdoor space right here. This is one of my favorite like little outdoor hangout spaces that I've done this year. I think it's really unique. You have a full TV out here with tons of seating and little games. You have board games, tables, all sorts of fun vibes in this space. So really love the vibe of that. And then you have a fun hangout area over here on the back porch. Lots of plants, lots of areas to just hang out and do activities, bees, flowers. We have a pool in this one, which I don't do a lot of pools in my builds, which I realized yesterday in my live stream. So I added a pool to a build I'm currently working on. But a really nice fun pool space with a built-in like grill area for a kitchen, kind of like a mini kitchen over here. Really pretty fun space. I had the hanging lamps. There's a tree right here, so it kind of hangs, looks like it's hanging from the tree, which is a pretty cool vibe. And then you have a pool house. So this is a really nice little vibe. You have like a kitchenette area, little mini fridge. You can make some tea. You have a sink here, but then I also did like a little bar, so you could sit here and eat. You know, it's all pretend. You can't really, but that's the idea with that at least. So really fun outside vibes. And then on the inside, I kind of wanted to go with like a boho meets modern kind of vibe with the inside, maybe even a little bit mid-century vibes to it. But open concept completely. You have your dining space here, an office nook right here, big living space, and like kind of a hangout corner. I put a pet bed and some things, so you can imagine a pet wanting to be in this little sunroom area. Lots of natural light. I have a laundry closet, full bath over here, and then off of that is a massive kitchen. So I love this kitchen, probably one of my favorite kitchens. I really like the color scheme in this kitchen with that like mauve color and pink, like dusty pink color with the green. So really pretty vibes overall in there. This is one of my favorite teen bedrooms that I've ever done, but it was to be for like a gamer, as you could tell with the computer and everything. It screams gamer vibes to me. But then you have the primary bedroom over here that's off the living space. They have a little book area, can sit down, read, whatever, off of that space. I was picturing a designer living here, so, you know, a full-on interior designer, so she has her desk and things over there. But just like really nice space. I even did these like kind of custom looking lamps with the vase. I thought that was a really cool touch, but pinks and blues, so that was a really fun color combo to do. Then you have a walk-in closet off of that, and then your full bathroom is through the closet. So really cool, fun vibes, but this was a really fun renovation to do. And with that, that's all of the awards that I'm going through today. So it's been a fun year. I am so proud of all of the builds that I've been able to do this year and share with you all, and I know a lot of you have enjoyed playing in them. So the next thing I want to go through really quickly is just a brief stats overview on YouTube to show how much we've done this year. In 2024, we had 252 new subscribers. Like, that's a net gain. So we had more, but some people have unsubscribed, so be it. But 252, we've grown. So if you look right now, we have 282. So again, like when I started this year, I hadn't worked on it for a few years. So we only had like 30 subs. Look at us and how far we've come already in like literally less than a year. Really, like putting attention in for half a year, we've grown 252 subs. So really, really awesome. I'm excited for where we're going. We had over 18,000 views this year alone, well over 18,000 views. And I had 105 video uploads. So really, really great. I'm looking to increase all of these for 2025, so I really think we can do it and we can grow, but I'm really happy with what we did. So to end this video, speaking of 2025, I wanted to go through some of the things that I'm trying to accomplish this upcoming year, and if you would like to help me, I would greatly appreciate it. And so some of the goals for 2025 and my resolutions is I want to hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers. Now, I know this is super ambitious considering that I just showed that we grew 252 over 2024. So, how are we going to grow another 700 subscribers? I'm not sure yet, but our growth has really been dramatically increasing, like very much exponentially increasing the past couple of months. So I really think we're on track to hit this target by the end of next year. I would like to be a Twitch affiliate. And so to do that, I just need 8 more followers on Twitch. And then whenever I go live, I need like 3 people to be on at the same time and be engaging. So that I think is definitely doable in the next year. And then I want to stream every Sunday. I'm trying to commit to streaming every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So that'll primarily be Sims content, but I've had a lot of requests about getting into other cozy games, and I've been playing Llama Island a lot. So for Sims content, I'm committing for streaming Sunday evenings, okay? So if I do any other content, any other games, it'll be outside that window. So you can guarantee Sims content on that day. I'm trying to upload 1 to 2 videos per week. So that alone would be 104 videos, which we had 105 videos this past year. So I already kind of did that. So the goal here is more for consistency, because I think there were some weeks where I had vastly more uploads than others. So I'm trying to get at a good pace. So maybe around the same number of uploads, but to span it across something more consistently. And then I want to hit 30 gallery uploads. So if you remember at the very start, I had 21 for this past year. I think 30 is doable. So that's what I'm going for. We'll see. I like to be super detailed, so I might do a couple of tiny homes here and there just to kind of compensate, because those don't take nearly as long to do. But those are some of my goals for this year. I'd love to hear some of your resolutions. They don't have to be Sims oriented. Just in general, what are you trying to achieve and accomplish this year? I would love to ultimately have this be my job as a content creator in the future. I have a long way to go, but we have been growing a ton, especially on TikTok. But TikTok's up in the air for this month, so I don't even know if it's still going to exist or not. So I'm trying to really grow and focus on YouTube and Twitch. So I would love to have you follow me on everything. I'm Dr. Sims on everything. I use the same profile picture, so you should be able to find me more easily that way as well. But with that, I am like really excited for our community. You all are so kind and have been really positive, and I've enjoyed getting to know and get to know a lot of you over my live streams that I've been doing a lot more lately. So it's been great. I'm really, really grateful to have all of you in the community. So with that, I hope you had a great New Year's, and I'm looking forward to growing our community this year. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye. The nice thing about videos like this is I feel like we don't take a lot of time to reflect on our accomplishments, and I'm really happy with what all we achieved in 2024, and it makes me even more excited for this year.